Hey, this is Mr. Masonette, and what we're going to do in this video is solve a problem involving a scale drawing. So let us go ahead and read the problem and figure out how we're going to solve. The problem reads that Frank plans to purchase fencing to enclose his backyard. He creates a scale drawing. Every 3 inches represents 17 feet. How many feet of fencing does Frank need? All right, now there are many ways that we can solve this problem, but the way that I'm going to choose to solve is to start by creating a ratio table. This strategy seems to work pretty well with my students. And we're going to label the left column inches and label the other column feet. And then we're going to take the given rate of 3 inches for every 17 feet and place it directly into our ratio table. Now, any ratio that we put into this table has to be equivalent to this ratio of 3 inches to 17 feet. For example, if we put this 9 inches in the drawing into the table, that would be 3 times bigger than 3 inches, which means 17 must become 3 times bigger to maintain its proportionality, and 17 times 3 is 51. So we know that this fence right here would be 51 feet in length. However, we need to determine how many feet of fencing does Frank need to go all the way around the yard. Now, what we should note is that we are not fencing this part behind the house. We are fencing from here to here, to here, to here, to here, and to here. So what we have to do is add up these 5 numbers. All right, so 5 plus 5 is 10, and 9 plus 9 is 18, and 10 plus 18 is 28. And then if we add 14 more, that would give us 42 inches. So what we have to do is convert these 42 inches into the correct number of feet. Now remember, we know that this rate has to be proportional to this rate. So let us just put an X here to represent how many feet we need. Now, one thing that we should remember about equivalent rates is that the cross products of those ratios will be equivalent to each other. So what we could say is that 3 multiplied by X will be equivalent to 17 times 42. So what we can do here is just solve for X by dividing both sides by 3. So basically we're taking 17 times 42 and taking that answer and dividing by 3. Now, some people straight away just multiply these 2 numbers together and then just divide by this number, and that would give you the answer. Or they set up an equation like this and they simply divide both sides by 3. And what we can do on this side is just take this 42 and divide it by 3. So we can actually divide before we multiply. Now, 42 divided by 3 gives us 14. So X is going to be equal to whatever 17 times 14 is. So let us go ahead and figure that out really quick. If we multiply 4 by 17, that's 68. And we put our 0 here. One group of 17 is 17. And adding the columns up gives us 238 feet. And that's how much fencing that Frank will need to enclose his backyard.